Good morning, everybody. Today, for our reading assignment, we're going to learn a little bit more about how slavery began in America and why a machine called the cotton gin was so important in keeping the horrible act of slavery from ending. When we're finished, I would like you to post a couple of questions to our dojo page answering when did slavery begin and how did the cotton gin keep it from ending. So let us begin. When did slavery begin in America? The first enslaved people were brought to Virginia from Africa in August of 1619 to work on the earliest plantations. As as America grew, so did the demand for workers. Since slavery was the cheapest form of labor, its use became widespread. Most of the enslaved workers in America were captured in their native Africa and brought to America in chains. They were packed together below the deck on filthy, unsafe ships. The sea voyage lasted from 2 to 3 months. Hundreds of thousands died along the way. Those who survived were sold to the highest bidder. Oftentimes, families were split up, separated forever. These men, women, and children were forced to work without pay. On plantations, they planted and picked big money crops, including cotton, tobacco, and sugarcane. All were forced into a life without freedom, and many were violently mistreated by the slaveholders. When manufacturers learned to turn cotton into cloth, the whole world wanted it for clothing. As demand for cotton soared, the slaveholders needed more slaves to do the work. What was the cotton gin and why was it important? Even with the high demand for cotton, the southern growers had serious problems. Every boll, the fluffy part of the cotton plant, was full of seeds, which had to be removed by hand before the cotton could be used. It took many hours to do the job, and a lot more slaves were needed for the work. It was difficult to make money growing cotton. Those who opposed slavery hoped that the plantation owners would stop growing cotton and in turn free the slaves. Then, in 1793, inventor Eli Whitney developed a machine called a cotton gin. The new device pulled all the cotton seeds from the bolls with great speed and made the cotton growers richer than ever. This meant more cotton plantations and a desire for even more slaves.